Welcome back. You're watching Hong Kong Direct. I'm Edward Sadler. Racecaller Mark McNamara is our special guest on the show this week. We are counting down towards the 2020 BMW Hong Kong Derby. The race was won last year by Furore, who was guided to victory by star Australian jockey Hugh Bowman.
When I hear the word Derby, the first thing that I think of is prestige. It is Hong Kong's signature race. There's a lot of prestige and a lot of feeling that comes with that word, and having had the privilege of winning two here in Hong Kong gives me a great sense of pride. In last year's Hong Kong Derby, we start just here before the winning post, and again Furore drew a very wide barrier, and the more I looked at the race, the more I thought, if I don't try and be forward of midfield, I can't win. And it was a signature race, or it was a race he'd been set for, but when he jumped so well, I immediately used that speed, and you know, I took a gamble.
Furore went forward. He's looking to slot in one off, and he'll probably secure a good position, Bowman.
As we went past the trainer's hut around the corner here, I just was able to slot into the 1-1 position, and it was a winning move. Well, I had Zach Purton caught 3 wide outside me.
Bowman's turned the jets on. Furore sped to the lead.
He took me right to the 200-metre mark, and Furore, because I'd had such a soft run, he balanced up and he kicked clear.
Furore's got the Derby parcelled up. Frankie Law, what a moment.
There's a lot of work that goes into that moment. There's so much luck that can go against you in racing, and this is one day that it all came together.
Yeah, that was certainly a fantastic ride from Hugh to get Furore to win the Derby from barrier number 12. And the field's just come out for this year's Derby as well, Mark. As you say, Golden 60 is the headline act for the race. He's the highest rated horse. He's trying to clean sweep the 4-year-old series. But champions weighing more than this haven't been too far off him this series.
They haven't, have they? Francis Loy, I think, big chance of running the Quinella in the race, and John Size with such a great Derby record. All three, though, untested over 2,000 metres, either here in Hong Kong or anywhere else, where plenty of the ones below have run that trip, been in a Derby or a Guineas in another part of the world.
Is there a roughie in the race for you then, with that sort of distance in mind?
I thought maybe Amazing Beats, who's a 2,000 metre winner at a Hong Kong appearance, and also a 2,200 metre winner in Tasmania, won the Derby down there. There's a few others, if the rain come, which have been running in the Derbies in Australia and the like, including Super Oasis. And Butterfield won a Derby in Brazil.
He did. He's my roughie for the race. I quite liked his last start win, and also his trial at Happy Valley last weekend. So he might be one that's sneaking under the radar. But big moment for Vincent Ho coming up. We'll be catching up with him on a big BMW Hong Kong preview show, which will be out a day earlier next week on Thursday, looking ahead to the race that everyone involved in Hong Kong racing wants to win. Our job, though, Mark's to find a winner in the more immediate future. This Saturday, we've got a Class 1 over the 1,600 metres. That is the feature event, the Lung Chung Handicap, headlined by Ka Ying Star, who's got the top weight of 133 pounds. Dark Dream is a ride for Wagner Borges, 4-time Brazilian champion jockey, who's back to Hong Kong for the first time this season. Harmony victories coming off a last start win. Encouraging. Alfie Chan will be on board him. He guided him, Alfie, to a track record breaking win when he was last on the horse. Fast Most Furious is in incredibly consistent form. Flying Thunder's a Group 3 winner, and Precious Ship has won 4 of his last 6 starts. He's certainly heading into the race in hot form. Let's start at the top then, Mark. Ka Ying Star, he's been placed at Group 1 level at his last 2 starts, but as a consequence, he's got the big weight to carry here.
He does indeed, but it looks to be his race. He's suited by the 1,600 metres. They've taken the blinkers off this week and put the visor on. Group 1 form coming into this Class 1, despite the weight. He does look the winner of the race.
Definitely. He's the sort of horse as well that makes his own luck. So there looks to be a bit of pace on, but if there is, he can sit just behind the leaders, hopefully for Zach from gate 10. If not, he's the type that can go forward and set the tempo himself.
And Zach won't worry about a wide draw. We saw at Happy Valley, Mr. Picasso from the 10 just run them ragged. Interested to see what Fat Turtle does. First start at 1,600 metres, and Precious Ship's been really good down in Class 2 off the back of a trial as well. He goes to this race on Sunday.
Certainly, all right. Well, Simply Brilliant's an interesting horse. Fat Turtle's another interesting 1. Frankie Law, they're 2 of his horses. Overall, he saddles up 4 in the race. I caught up with him at Happy Valley on Wednesday night and started out by asking him about Dark Dream.
Yes, he went better. 2000 and 2004 should be his best season.
So 1,600 metres on Saturday, will that be a bit too sharp for him?
A little bit short for him, but anyway, we need to race him. At this moment, not much race for him. So I need to give him a race and then maybe looking for the other race.
Simply brilliant. He was a Group 3 winner last season. Was he unlucky here last time?
Yes, very unlucky. You can see he can't get the room, and I think he just beat by 2 lengths. This time I will remind the jockeys, must be get a gear run for him.
Is he going as well this season as what he was last season?
Now his form's better because last season, nearly the end of the season, his form's just really dropped down. Now he's coming back. I think it's a good form now.
Fat Turtle, we know that he won over 1,600 metres in Australia, tries the trip at Sha Tin for the first time. How do you think he'll handle the step up in distance?
I think this is a little bit different horse. He can handle 12 and then 1,600. I think 1,600 should be no problem for him.
And Flying Thunder last season was impressive when he won at the end of the season in that Group 3 race. How do you think his form has been this season?
Early of this season, he have some joint problem and also have a fever. So now he looks better. And then I think maybe this horse, he carry lightweight should be better because last season he win 2 races, it's lightweight. So this time also lightweight. Be careful.
So 4 horses in the race, in a race where we've got 10 or 11 in the field. I know draws haven't come out and those sorts of things, but just on the horses, who would be the pick of your 4?
I think Simple Brilliant because he always faced to that Group 1 race in that. So I think he's best one.
Always great to get Frankie Law's insights, and Simply Brilliant is the pick of his 4. Of the rest, Precious Ship, 3-time winner this season over the mile. Has to step up from Class 2 to Class 1. You mentioned that Class 2 win, but he's doing everything right. His
trial was quite good between runs as well. 20 pounds lighter than Ka Ying Star, so that's a help as well. And no reason why he can't. He's earned his shot at Class 1. No reason why he can't figure in the finish. Ka Ying Star has to be the one to beat, however. Interesting around Flying Thunder. We heard the issues earlier in the season from the stable. That's been an interesting trial too, to come out of it. Yes. Star Majestic placed Happy Valley, and Naboo Star, who's still trying to get out of that pocket, but did go out favourite in the last night. So it's been quite a strong trial. Definitely. So is there anything else? I know Ka Ying Star is the class angle, Precious Ship's the rising, emerging talent in the race. Is there anything else, or is it just keep it simple and go for Ka Ying Star or one of the classy horses in the race? Yeah, I think it's top and bottom, Ed. So Ka Ying Star, the one to beat for sure. Around Precious Ship and Fat Turtle, first start 1,600 metres in Hong Kong as well, but he's got a perfect barrier to use, barrier number 1 with Chad Schofield aboard. OK, I'll throw up, Flying Thunder and also Time to Celebrate as a couple as well, but agree that definitely Ka Ying Star is a big chance coming back from Group 1s into a Class 1 on the weekend. That's the headline act on a 10-race card coming up on Saturday afternoon from Sha Tin. Trackside live coverage starts at 12:30 with the first due off at 1 o'clock. Then we're back to the Valley on Wednesday night before we head to Sha Tin for one of the biggest days of the year, BMW Hong Kong Derby Day for 2020. The barrier draw comes out on Thursday, and we heard from Hugh Bowman in that interview. They start from just in front of the grandstand, so that draw for the Derby is going to be crucial. It is indeed. I wonder what went through Hugh's mind, knowing he's ridden Wink so often in front of a big crowd, to come to Sha Tin in front of a massive crowd to ride Furore to win the Derby. He's used to the big occasions, isn't he? He is. Always a pleasure to have Hugh here in Hong Kong. Mark, thanks very much. All the best for the weekend. It's been great. Thanks, Ed. And we'll look forward to your company as well at Sha Tin on Saturday afternoon. Next week, as we say, is Derby week. And just to whet your appetite for the big race, we're going to leave you by looking back at one of the best editions of the Derby in recent years, the battle between superstars Abel Friend and Designs on Rome.
25-7 the lead as they work to the back, and Beauty Flame just being tested a bit by Mr. Nocky, and Travel Brothers strides up 3 deep. down the back of the course with no cover. Tableau enjoys a good run fourth behind them from Bullish Boy and Flame Hero. He's taking close order as well at the 1200. Midfield on the fence, Weifeng Express, Secret Sham 3 wide. Then Lucky 88. A length and a half to All You Wish from Dr. Good Habit. Able Friend goes between them. Designs on Rome is closing in. He's only a length off Able Friend at the 1000. And Dibiani's a half length away at the tail of the field as they work down the back. And they're on even sections, 24-9 the next split. It's Beauty Flame a half in front of Flame Hero, who's done some mid-race work to go to second. Tableau third. Trouble Brother with some cover down the side. Then Mr. Nocky from Weifeng Express, Lucky 88. Wider out is Bullish Boy. Now Designs on Rome gets going at the 600 metres. Able Friend's been shuffled back to last. Mr. Nocky pulls to the outside. Then Weifeng Express, All You Wish and Able Friend will ride for luck into the straight, where Beauty Flame is the leader. From Flame Hero in second. Mr. Nocky runs on. Dibiani and Designs on Rome coming down the outside, and Able Friend's got a split. This is what we've been waiting for. Designs on Rome, Dibiani the outside, Able Friends bursting up the rails. It's Designs on Rome and Able Friend fighting it out. Designs on Rome with his head in front, he's edging away, and Designs on Rome wins the Derby by a length.